Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to make some of these little booklets today. I like to put these inside my journals in the pocket. You can slide them down in the pocket or in the back, and it uses up lots of your scraps. This is just packing paper that I made a little notebook out of, and then just put a little label down here, and then I've got two pockets here that I can put tags in. And then a little side tuck pocket there that I can put a tag in. And then I just kind of decorated the front and tied it with some seam binding. And that is it. They're easy to make, but they look so good in your journals. Just tuck it down in a pocket. All right, so we're going to make some of these. I've got lots of scraps, so it's time to use some of them up. Now, this is a scrap piece from the new paper collection. Oh, let me look right here. Magnolia Rouge. I'll flip through this real quick if you haven't seen it. It is gorgeous. It's got the tags and everything in the back. So you can use your... And the backs of them are blank too, so they can be written on. But it is a beautiful paper collection. Look at that. And this is by Prima, so you know it's good quality paper. I just love it. I love just about anything that Prima does. That's the one I'm using, a piece of that. And I think it's got three or four of each design, maybe four of each design, yeah. So again, that is the Magnolia Rouge. I'll link it below if you want to grab one. I think we've got a few left. So now this piece, let's see how big this piece is. And they can be any size. They don't have to be this size. This just happens to be a piece that I had. This is 6 inches by 12 inches. So I'm going to fold it, tri-fold it. So, and I just kind of do this and just wiggle it around until I get it about where I want it. I just want to make sure that the one that I fold over the top, which I think I'm going to fold this one over the top on this one. I make sure that it is longer than the one that I'm folding to the inside. So we'll fold that one about right there. It doesn't have to be exact. No exact science on this. And then this one folding up right there. Okay, so that'll be the front. You open it up and see this one's a little bit short. There's my fold right there. And then it's going to open up that way. Now, I went ahead on this one and I rounded all of my corners. I like that look. You don't have to if you don't want to. I think I'm going to do it on this one too, though. Kind of like that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it before. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to put our pocket on first and then we'll round them. That'll make it a little easier. Now, I've got this piece that I think I'll make my pockets out of. And let's see how tall I want my pockets. About right there. And I need to find my line again, so I know how long to cut this. And this is just, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not trying to measure anything perfectly. All right. Okay. So let's see what we got. Let me lay that aside. So now find your line, Edith. There we go. All right, so this will be my first pocket on this side. And then we'll put this pocket on the other side. And I'm pretty sure I'll probably have to cut it down a little bit. I don't think the other side is quite as long as that one. And that's okay. See, I can't even throw away a little bitty piece of that paper. All right, let's see. There's my fold. Yeah, we need to trim this off some because you don't want it to come into your fold and hinder your folding. Okay. So that one goes there and that one goes there. All right, I think this is the upside on this. I'm just going to go ahead and cut a little pull in them. And yeah, I think this is stop. What are you guys doing today? Are you crafting? Is it raining like cats and bullfrogs where you live, like it is here, or what? We've had storms this morning. This morning early, it woke me up with the lightning and thunder and wind blowing like crazy. I figured everything was going to come off the top of my house the way it was blowing. But it's been rough. Right now, it's okay. We just had another shower. But it looks pretty good out there right now, so I'm hoping it's going to clear up some. Okay, there's that pocket. Just put your glue right at the edge. And I'm just making flat pockets because I don't want this to have a lot of dimension to it. They'll still hold plenty. They'll hold a tag, and that's good enough. So that one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. Now, you can put another pocket here if you want. I think I'll put a little side pocket like we did that other one. But I want to make a little notebook to go in here. Now, on this one, instead of using the wrapping paper to make the notebook, I think we might use some coffee dyed paper because this one's a little bit more dressy than the other one was. So let's see what we have in our scraps. It's not quite long enough. We can just cut that. I don't think I have any more blue, so... Alright, so let's see how wide we want it. And I'll tell you how many pages that I'm doing when I finish this. You don't have to do this many pages. It's just what I'm doing. I just grabbed these out. These are some that I coffee dyed. And it's a lot easier when you cut them all together. Right, then we want it to be about down to here. Now I'll give you the size in just a second. Okay, I have cut, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets. And they are cut at 5.5 by 3.5. So 5.5 by 3.5. And we're going to put those right there. Now, I had a little piece of paper left when I trimmed the top off of that sheet. And I usually save these. That's me. You know, I don't throw anything away. And I think this is going to be the right size right here. I need to throw things away. I've got so much. But I just can't bring myself to throw some things away because I think, oh, I can use that. I can use that. My problem is I don't have enough time to use it all. Okay. Let's see, that side or that side? Let's do this side. Yeah, let's do that. That's going to be our little topper for our notebook right there. And I'm going to clip it together. That's going to hold that till we go stitch it. Now I'm going to stitch mine. If you don't want to stitch it or don't have a sewing machine, you can either hand stitch it or you can just glue it all together. It doesn't matter. I just stitch mine because it's a lot quicker. But that's up to you. Okay, I do need to round these inside corners. I forgot about those. Okay. Now that looks much better. I like that. Okay, I'm going to put that there, but I want to put a little, I like to put some little something down at the bottom of my sheet here. A little tag, a little number, a little something. So let's see what we might have. All right, that's a little tiny piece of vellum, and it's got some yellow flowers in it. Almost the color of that gold that's in there. So I think I'm just going to put that down there. I don't know why I like to put something on that first page. Sometimes I'll stamp it, but this time I just want to glue this down, I think. Let's see. Helps if I glue on the right side. Now, this is Barely Arts. Barely Arts does not warp your vellum, and you can't see it through the vellum. And guess what? We do have it back in stock finally. They finally shipped it. They took their sweet time on shipping this year. Well, I say they did. They had lots going on, so I won't say that they took their sweet time. I'm sure they got it out as fast as they could. All right, so that is there. We'll stitch that in a minute. Right now, I want to put, let's see, that's going to be the front. We want to put a little pocket right here. And I think I just want to do a little side cluster pocket. So let's grab some things to do that with. Okay, I'm going to use an old envelope here. Just a junk mail envelope. And I just cut a piece off, and of course I need to get the trimmer and quit trying to cut it with my scissors, because you know I can't cut straight. Or I know I can't cut straight. Now I want to cut this at an angle. Let me make sure I'm going to cut it the right angle. So it needs to go over here. So we need to cut this way, from there to there. So I need to cut it this way. Now, as you can see, we have a little side tuck there. I'm going to lay that out for a minute. And it will go right there perfectly. Envelopes make a perfect little side tuck. All you have to do is just cut them. Cut them in a square and then cut them in half, and you've got two. And then you just cover them with whatever you might have. Now you can leave this open and have a double pocket there, but I'm going to close mine up. It just makes it thicker, and I like that. And then I will do a little embellishing on here. Okay, first we want to cover it with some paper, and I'm just going to cover it with this book page, I think. This is an Edith Holden book page. So I'm going to cover it with that, and then that'll get me started, and then I can put my embellishments on here. And I had more than one of these, so that's why I'm using this. I had like 5 or 6 of these. This one page. I don't know how I got so many. I guess someone sent it to me. But then that piece will go on the other side if I want to make another one. All right, so we have the start of our little side tuck here. Now this is how I made the other one. As you can see, I've got some burlap under there, and then I have a little stitched piece, and then just some labels, things like that. So I think I'm going to do this one basically the same way. So let me find a little piece of burlap. Well, I didn't find any burlap, not right here in my stash, but I did find some of these that are already made. It's material in the background, and then it's just a little tag, and I have stitched around it. So I'm thinking that will look, maybe, let's see. Don't know if I like that color. I didn't have one that had any dark pink in it. I think we might just go with this blue, unless I can find something else that... Okay, I wasn't happy with what I was looking at, so I did find some. It's not burlap, but it's like a cotton sack material, I guess. Now I'm going to put this down on a little piece of, it's like the backing of a tag, heavy cardstock. Backing of ephemera, I should say. I don't know why I said tag. I'm thinking about tags. It's what I usually use for my tags. And I'm going to glue this down to that. And I did fray it on the edges. I like that. Glue that down there. Now I'm going to trim around this. Hopefully I don't trim off my little pieces here. Might be good to trim it before you glue it down. I try not to glue all the way up to the edges, that way I could trim it. This just makes it stiffer and then it doesn't bend on you as much. Well, that was a chore, wasn't it? I did it backwards, so don't do it backwards, do it the right way. So cut your little piece first. All right, so we've got that cut. I'm going to ink around this. And then this is going to glue down right there. And then I found this little paper that has a little flower on it that's similar to that. And I'm going to try to tear around the edges. Don't know if I'm going to be able to, but we'll see. We'll see if I can. Very slowly. Carefully. Ooh, that one I like to went crooked on. Okay. I just tore off a lot of that lighter color there. And then we're going to put that down right there on that. And then I'm going to stitch around it real quick, but I'm going to have to wait till my glue dries. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the middle of that flower and then glue that down right there. Now again, if you don't have access to stitching, you don't want to stitch, don't worry about it. Just glue it down. Doesn't have to be stitched. You know me, it's just that I like it. So then once we get that stitched on, we'll put that there. And that will go like that. And then we'll put a label across here. And I like that. I like how that's going to look. But I may want to dress this up a little bit more. Let's see what a doily in here would look like. Yeah, I'm thinking a little doily down there will make it look a little bit dressier. Since this one is a little bit more fancy paper. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, I like that. And then a label right here. So I think that's going to look good. So let me stitch around this. I think hopefully it's dry enough. And then I'll come back and we'll finish this little project up. Okay, got that stitched around. And these also make cute little tabs for the edge of your pages. These little pieces do. And you can use up some of that just scrap ephemera that you've got laying around. Alright, so let's glue that right there. I'm not going to put my glue all the way to the top because I'm not going to glue it all the way. I don't mind it hanging off a little bit like that. And then let's grab a label to put right there. Let's go with that little label, and that just says amazing. It's got some green in it and then a pale hint of pink in the background. So I think that's going to go good with the other pieces of the project. There you go. Go ahead and clip this off at the edge. All right, that's going to glue down right there. And we're just going to glue like this. Oops. You're going to glue better than that, but you know what I mean. You know I go crooked. All right, so there's a sweet little pocket that we can tuck something in. Let me stitch this real quick, and then we'll glue that on the inside. Okay, I just did some messy stitching on that. And then I'm going to glue that right between my folds. And I'm just going to glue at the top. I'm not going to glue the whole page, all the page, because that way they can still use that back page for journaling or to tear it out, whatever. That's about right, I think. Okay, yeah, looks good. Got that there, and this here. Now, I don't think I'm going to do anything else to my pockets because to me, they look good just like they are. You could put a little label on them if you wanted to or something like that. I am going to do a little bit to the front down here. And I think I'll just use some of this pretty lace. I ended up with an abundance of this, and I don't know exactly how, but it's very pretty. Is that going to show up pretty good? No, I don't think so. When I look at it in the camera, I don't think that's going to work. So let's grab a different color. Okay, I grabbed a few more out, so let's see what we got. This one I really, really like. Oh, I think that's going to be it. I don't think I need to try another color. I like that. And we could even leave that as a little pocket if you wanted to. I may glue it all the way down, but you could leave it as a pocket. It was kind of funny. I got a few comments about my lace that I put on the journal yesterday, the tall journal. There's people that said that just didn't belong. And that's okay. That's your opinion. And I want you to give me your opinions, just not ugly. Which they weren't ugly. But I don't know. It's hard for me to do a journal or anything without lace because I just love lace. But they said on a document journal, there wasn't a place for lace. And I can understand that. But I did use a very vintage old lace, so maybe that made a difference. I'm not going to take it off, but I appreciate your opinions. I am making some more of those, so maybe on the next one I won't put lace on it. So I like to know what you think about what I make, because everything that looks okay to me might not look okay to you. Okay, so that is on there. Isn't that pretty? Now I feel like I need something else on the front, but I don't know what I would put because I don't want to cover up all my flowers. I think once we tie it with our seam binding, we're going to be okay. I am going to put a little piece of bling on here. And you guys know how I'm about my bling. It's just a given. When I use lace, I just think it adds something to it. You may not think so and you may not like it, but I just think it adds a little bit to your project. I am just about ready to get me another bottle of glue, and I can put it in my Sugar Bell bottle. Because I don't like that bottle. But I'm trying to use the last little bit out of the bottom of that and not put it in my Sugar Bell bottle that's empty. So that's why I'm not changing it out right now. Okay, I think this is going to have a label or something. What about a pretty white doily? Put it right there. And then put us a label out through there. What do you think about that? Now, don't get me, but I am going to put a little tiny bit of ink around the edges of this because I want it to stand out from the background. I don't want it to look so flat. See that? That makes it, brings it up a little bit. It doesn't look so flat on there. So we'll put this down there, and then we'll put a label on there. Alright, now let's grab one of Katie's labels. She's got some long labels in here. And let's see. All the little things. Not liking that color with it though. I'd like to have a whiter one. I think that one will work. Then I was going to see if she had a tiny bird that we could put on here. I don't know if there's any small ones small enough to put on there or not. No, that blends too much. Okay, I think that little guy's it. He kind of looks like the background where it's got that gold in it. And let's see, I'll put that about right there. Let's see if we can tuck his little foot in there. Make him look like he's sitting on it anyway. Yeah. So he is checking out those flowers. See if he can get over to those. I like that. All right, I need to round another corner right here. That one right there. Woo, shot that across the room. Okay, I think that's it. Other than right here, I need something in the middle of that. I'm not too happy with that, just plain. So what if we put just a number in there? I gotta put my little birds back up. They're falling everywhere. The birds are flying away. What if we just go in with a little number? Let's see if we've got a little Tracy number. Okay, we're going to go back with Tina's numbers. This is Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. This is her numbers. And hers are a little bit smaller. Tracy's was a little bit too big. So I'm going to put my favorite number on there. And you hear my phone dinging? Yep, I'm doing a video, so my kids are calling. All right, that is that one. Other than, let's tie it with some seam bonding. Now, all of my seam bonding comes from my Scrap Cabin shop, and I will link her channel below, or I will link her Etsy store below. Let's see, I want to find a color that I want to tie that with. Oh, I like that one with it. This one is called Posy. I absolutely love her crinkled seam bonding. It's amazing. And you get a big bag, and it's not very expensive at all. Oh yes, I like that. That looks good with it. And then I'll go over to the back. And I like to put just a tiny bit of glue right under the center, and that holds it down so that when you untie it, it doesn't fall off. So there is that one. And then somewhere I have the other one that I did right here. And here is just a blue one. Now, like I said, you can make these any size that you want. You can use any kind of paper you want. You don't have to use the paper that I use. You can use digitals. It's better if you have the inside, if you have a paper that has front and back. That way you don't have to put so much on the inside. But if you want to use a digital, you can just put another digital glue it on the inside and you'll have just as good. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Just wanted to show you how I was going to do these, and I've got a lot more going on. I've got some small ones that I'm making out of some small scraps. So grab your scraps out and make any size of these that you want. They're great to slide into pockets on journals. Alright, we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.